Next, we want to see what happens in terms of looking at our business structures at the dynamic view to see what will happen in both the short run and the long run. First, we look at the firm and pure competition. Again, we have our demand curve, which is flat. And again, the demand curve is equal to the marginal revenue is equal to average revenue. We have our profit maximizing rule, which says we're going to produce at that quantity where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. And so we've got our cost curves, marginal cost curve, average total cost curve, got our demand curve in there. And so now we have our firm earning economic profit. We see that they have a price that is above the average total cost. And so now they're earning economic profit. We'll draw this with a rectangle where we show them earning economic profit. And then we remember what happens in terms of our business structure. We remember that in terms of our business structure, where everybody kind of knows what everybody else is doing, low barriers to entry, many sellers, a homogeneous or standardized product. And as a result of that, look what happens. Now new firms begin to enter the industry. And so we have the supply curve for the firms entering the industry shifting to the right. Now look what happens to price. Price was at this level. Now, because of firms entering the industry, now the equilibrium price is at this level, and now that applies to the firm. The firm has to deal with prices at a lower level, and not only do they have to deal with prices at a lower level, but they have to deal with fewer customers because now there's more firms within the industry. So we take a look at the long run and remember what we're looking for. We're looking for allocative and productive efficiency. And we said that allocative efficiency, we're looking for a formula. That formula is where price equals marginal cost. We're looking for productive efficiency. That's where price equals the minimum of average total cost. And in terms of competition, what happens to economic profit is that economic profit gets squeezed out. That doesn't mean that accounting profit is necessarily going to get squeezed out. If accounting profit gets squeezed out, then firms are likely to leave the industry. So they're going to be earning accounting profit, and we also can refer to that as normal profit, meaning that they've covered their opportunity costs. So we take a look at the long run, and this is the important thing to remember in terms of the long run. These equations that we were looking for in terms of efficient allocation of resources, price equals marginal cost, price equals the minimum of average total cost. Now let's take a look and see what happens to monopolistic competition in the long run. We remember that in monopolistic competition, the demand curve is downward sloping to the right. Marginal revenue curve is below that. We still have our profit maximizing rule. We're going to produce where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. That gives us our price. When we put that vertical line in, where we draw that vertical line where marginal cost equals marginal revenue, that gives us our profit maximizing price, our profit maximizing quantity down here. Now, we've shown this also, that in terms of at this level where they're going to be producing, we see that the price is above average total cost. So again, in the short run, we can show our profit rectangle in there where the firm in monopolistic competition is earning profit, economic profit. But again, because of the characteristics of monopolistic competition, still many sellers, still low barriers to entry, a differentiated product, which means that they're still going to compare prices and they still have substitutability. And so here's what's going to happen in the long run. In the long run, this average total cost curve is going to be tangent to the demand curve. Average total cost tangent to the demand curve. This is an important graph to remember. And now we take a look and we say, in terms of monopolistic competition, how are we doing in terms of the formulas that we're looking for? We're looking again for price equals marginal cost, price equals the minimum of average total cost. And in competition, we say that profit is going to get squeezed. Profit squeeze simply means that we're able to buy things at a low price because competition is going to drive producers to try to lower their costs as much as possible so that they can stay competitive in terms of the marketplace. But we take a look and we see what's happening here in terms of those formulas that we're looking for. Up here's our price. On the demand curve where marginal cost intersects the demand curve, price is above that point. So we say price is above marginal cost. And we recognize that the tangency of the average total cost with the demand curve is to the left of the minimum of average total cost. So price is also above the minimum of average total cost. So we recognize that in monopolistic competition, it's not as favorable in terms of efficiency that we're looking for, but still probably pretty good, probably as much as good as we can get, because we recognize that these are simply models. Pure competition is not really very prevalent in terms of the marketplace. The majority of business structures are going to be monopolistic competition and oligopoly. Now let's take a look at monopoly in terms of the long run. So monopoly in terms of the long run, and this could be a trick question on a test because monopoly is the same for both the long run and the short run. Same rule in terms of profit maximizing rule where marginal revenue equals marginal cost, vertical line going up to the demand curve, down to the horizontal, which then gives us our profit maximizing price, profit maximizing quantity. And we recognize again that they have economic profit. And we also recognize again that economic profit is not going to get squeezed because of the nature of monopoly, high barriers to entry, only one seller, having market power. So again, we have a problem in terms of we're not as allocatively or productively efficient because price is going to be above marginal cost. Price is going to be above the minimum of average total cost. Average minimum of average total cost is somewhere down here. So price is above that, but price is on the average total cost curve is here. So again, we recognize that we don't have the efficiency that we had when there's more competition, such as pure competition. And economic profit is not going to get squeezed. That economic profit is going to basically stay there.